Places, guys.
4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome to Live 365 Radio. It's Thursday. We back in the building.
Back in this thing.
We decided to hoodie out this time. You know, I normally have on my, we normally kind of, I guess we don't match it. We got the black on.
Yeah.
But I had a blouse on and he was like,
too much.
Yeah, he just said he felt like he needed to start over.
Either you gonna change or I'm going home.
So I decided to put on my son's hoodie. Shout out to LaQ Apparel. My son designed this. Let me get y'all the back.
Back shot.
Ow.
Boop, boop.
Yep. So he does printing, he does designing. So he is at dopecreations.com. That's DOPECRE, the number 8, because you know they like to be different.
Right, I
swear. TIONZ.com. I'll put it up in.
He does t-shirts?
Yes, he does. He designs, so if you need logos.
I got a logo, I just want to get some t-shirts.
Oh, he prints.
Oh, that's perfect. I need that. I need that actually. I need to talk about
Shout out to him. So, as we said, it's Thursday, and we want to come on and have a little conversation about some stuff. It's the new year.
I got something new.
You got something new?
Some little beard.
Some new gray.
You see it? I got a little streak now.
I love that.
But it just popped in. It didn't
give
ease
you a
in.
notice?
I just woke up. I was like, wait a minute. I thought I had toothpaste in my beard.
Really?
And I tried to wipe it off.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, my beard turned gray right there.
Oh, I like that salt and pepper look.
Is that what it does? It just sneaks in like that?
Well, I'm not sure because mine is sneaking in, but mine, I have one here.
Oh, one?
One there. And I have one. So I'm like, either you going to pick a side. Either you going to just come on in, or either you going to come in one by one. But I'll keep putting my little rinse in.
Oh, I'm not doing nothing to it. I told Jazz, I was like, you going to diet? I'm like, no. Yeah. This is what it is.
No, don't do that.
I said the only thing I would do if the side part of the beard turns gray, I'm going to cut it off and just rock the goatee.
Okay.
But I'm not dyeing anything. Whatever turns white, that's what it is.
It is what it is. That's how it's supposed to grow in. And then plus sometimes when people be getting that dye, and it looks like they took a ruler and then sprayed it on and stuff. It's
actually that is what they do.
Oh, it is.
Well, it's not a ruler. It's like a piece of paper. They put it next to the face.
Like that little thing, little ruler, that little half moon.
Yeah, they put the paper there, then they spray it down, and then they put the razor on it, and that's why it looks so crisp.
Yeah.
And then for some reason, I don't know why guys like the white stuff right there, because all it is dead skin. So just go ahead and wash your face, sir, and wipe that part off.
Yeah.
And just get that. If you see a guy haircut fine and you see the little white line, that's dead skin.
Oh, I thought it was the powder.
Exactly.
Oh. Wow.
Exactly. That's how they be rocking it like it's a style. It's just
like a concealer or something. Mm-hmm. Don't do that. Take that off. You know how when women do their eyebrows and they have the little white part up there.
Yeah,
and just make it natural. The dye, I get dyeing if they want to, but don't do it where it's so defined like that. That's not sexy.
Oh, like you might just sweat it off.
Oh yeah.
I had a homeboy. He was in a play, and I went backstage to surprise him. He didn't know I was coming, and the lady was painting the whole top of his head. This whole area was being spray painted.
Oh wow.
I said, ma'am, stop.
Right.
Boy, get your ass up.
Right.
You done.
Yeah.
You're bald. Cut it off.
Yeah, natural is better. Natural is better.
Yeah,
I mean, accent but not define. That is
Fair.
the word for 2020. Define your goals, but don't define that hairline.
That part. I'm with that.
Yep. I want to talk about, it's the new year,
yep.
Goals and aspirations and all that kind of stuff. And I know we were talking yesterday.
Yes.
And we had a little moment, like when you go so hard all the time, you can get burned out, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't take the time to say, hey, maybe I need to slow down a little bit. So we were just kind of talking about, we have that little bump in the road.
Yeah. I think what happens is when you go really, really hard or you're grinding nonstop, you want instant reciprocation.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's just not the case. Sometimes you're just planting seeds all over the place. It's like planting a garden. I mean, if you plant seeds all over the place, eventually something's going to grow. Something's going to sprout through the ground. And you're just not going to see it as soon as you throw the seed down. But like people like us, we're into so many things. You're a social enthusiast. You're doing investing. You're doing Bitcoin stuff. You're a mom and a grandma.
Yeah.
You know all these things where what you're doing is very important. But you don't always see the reciprocation, you know what I'm saying? Especially with your grandchildren, they're not going to tell you thank you right now.
No.
Nah, they just want. They just want.
Exactly. And then, and when you have that streak that everything is going good and you like, I'm manifesting, everything is working together, and then you have that little, that pit stop. And we talk about that all the time, that you have a winning streak, but eventually you may get to a pit stop. So how do you handle that, right? So today I want to talk about is when being selfish as fuck helps everyone.
Oh.
I meant AF, guys. Sorry.
We're cursing this season.
I'm sorry. Yeah, we're cursing.
We went from TBS to Stars.
Yeah, HBO After Dark, right? I didn't mean it that. I'm sorry, guys. I mean, I meant it,
Nah.
but I meant AF. But what I'm saying is, when it is okay to really be selfish, and when we talk about that, let's just set the tone that we're not talking about, alienating out from people. We're talking about true self care,
Yeah.
deep dive into what you need to do to be healthy, whole, and able to, do all the things that
Correct.
you need to do. And so I know that I've met people that are very in tune with themselves, and they have no
Mhm.
problem saying no. They have no problem just pulling back.
Right.
But because a lot of times we're people pleasers,
Okay.
or we think that we need to be there, we're overcompensating for stuff.
Right.
And
I see
and that burns us out.
Yeah, it does. Because we'll give people more than they're giving us.
Hmm.
I just had a conversation with a friend of mine yesterday, man. I was just like, yo, bro, like, you my dude. I'm proud of you doing some cool stuff. But I also remember when you weren't doing cool stuff.
Right.
And I'm still the same person, but you're different.
Mhm.
And I'm not bothered like that, but I want to make you aware. Like, my grandmother always taught me something why people like, Rod, you always stay the same. I like, no, you meet the same people on the way up that you meet on the way down.
Right.
And so there's no need to, I mean, yes, you have to change circles sometimes because of energy,
Hmm.
but not where you're just deliberately being different. Oh, I ain't talking to Stacey no more because I do this.
Right.
Oh, I'm not talking to Mike no more because I'm not going to do that to anybody. You have to, like, deliberately do something to me.
Yeah.
For me to be different. But other than that, if we rock like this, I don't care if I hit this $900 million lottery tomorrow.
Right.
Stacey, what time we shoot Thursday?
Yeah.
I'm going to stay consistent. I think that's what people mix up with. You got to change. Yeah, you do have to change, but people sometimes.
Or you got to be selfish. And when people say, like, sometimes that's the example of you pull back too much, like you're being totally selfish.
Right.
Versus I'm just pulling back to take care of myself. I'm doing some other things.
Yeah.
I need to change my surroundings because of what I'm doing, because I think that's important.
Yeah, there's a difference between being selfish and being inconsiderate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the same thing when it's in relationships. Here's the thing about doing some inner work on yourself. I'm telling you, it just helps every aspect of your life better. Your relationships.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like when we say the cliche of you ain't gonna be able to love nobody else till you love yourself. We say it so much and that we so used to it, and it's like, but are you really doing that work that you need?
And do you? And I think what people be like, I do love myself, but like love yourself enough to know like I'm okay right now with just me. To the point where I get with somebody else, they get to get me loving myself, not me getting with them and figuring out what makes them happy, what makes them cool. Because people can put so much energy into what makes somebody else happy.
Yeah.
That by the time they make the other person happy, they've made themselves miserable. Because you're not being genuine, you're not being realistic, you're not being, like. I love now that I have a friendship circle or the woman I'm with. Like I can just be me all the time. Like you've been around. I get to stay me.
Yeah.
And I feel like I haven't had that. I think that's what I was missing. I didn't know that, but like I learned now. Like man, I just like to be able to be me. I'm a character all day. Like this is not an act. I wake up excited, hype. I like to laugh. I like to joke, and I just don't get caught up in like. Chill out. Like, chill out for what? I'm at home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or you get those that, you've changed.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I know that from my last year, let's just go and keep it 1,000. Is last year, when I had different transitions in my life, I pulled back. I was like, I'm sick and tired of, this state that I'm in.
Yes.
And it's only when you get to the point that you're really tired that you're going to start trying to seek out, meditation or need to buy some stones or I need to get the singing bowl or something, whatever it is.
Right.
You get to that point. And so just imagine if we would just take that time on a regular basis and not be so concerned about what other people are thinking. Yeah. I know I've probably done things out of acceptance. You don't think you are. That's the thing. You don't sometimes think you are, but you are.
Right.
You going because it's the thing to do, or people inviting you and you don't want to let them down, or you think you're gonna miss something. And I had those moments when I go to something, I go. I'm not really sold on it, but I go because I'm like, I'm gonna just get out. And then I get there, and then I'm almost like,
I shouldn't have did this.
I could have saved these clothes.
Not even because I say the clothes. Because you're going to drink something. You're going to eat something.
Uh-huh.
So it's $100 gone. It's like as soon as you unlock your door to go outside, you're going to spend $100. And that's just, listen, I did the stupidest thing you could ever do. When I was sitting in New York, I was chilling. And I said, yo, let me just calculate how much I've been out to eat in the last 30 days.
Yeah.
You don't even want to know what that number was.
I mean, it's probably, my number's not far, so.
12? By 12?
A little bit less, but right up in there.
Yeah.
Because it adds up. You out, You know, just if you out and from running errands for a long time, that's you stopping to get something to eat. You know, so you won't get dizzy and fall outside. Then you come home.
That's a good point.
Depending on if you want to cook or not, that could be another takeout order. You know what I'm saying?
And let me tell you what happens too. You know what you only count?
What?
Your events, because that's always an expensive meal. So that's the one you look like, dang, I spent 150 that day. Oh, I spent 100. Oh, I spent 89. Oh, I spent 79. But you know what you don't calculate?
The wings.
You don't the wings that was $10.
Or Chipotle.
The Subway that was $10. Or the Chipotle.
That's small money.
And the Chipotle that was $18.75.
Right.
But it tastes so good you didn't think about it.
Right.
But then you'll realize you went Chipotle 6 times in the same week. So now you spend $120. You didn't even count that. You could have put that into Forex. You could put that on Bitcoin. You could have put that in some stock.
You know what? When you do the selfishness that I'm speaking of, you become your greatest protector.
Yeah.
Because nobody's gonna protect you, your peace, your home, your life, your health, or anything like you are. So you have to become your own protector, and that's what I started to do last year.
Yes,
you know, it's starting to really people was calling me like.
You blocked me off a little. I didn't like it.
No, what are you talking about?
You blocked me off like the top of the year. I didn't really hear from you, Stacey.
Well, the top of the year was the big transition.
I know, but
top of this year?
Yeah, last year, 2020.
Right, yeah, that was the transitions were going on, and
what's Stacey at though?
Yeah, Stacey was doing some deep diving and going inside myself because there were some things I had to understand.
Because you logged off social media as well, right?
No, just, sometimes you just kind of don't talk as much because I'm a poster. So you always see pictures of something. So, sometimes you just get tired of it. But as you know, when you're doing stuff like we do,
right,
you got to be visual. It's like, you don't see people for a while. It's like, I didn't even know you were what happened to you. So you almost have to keep doing something to be relevant. Yeah.
I'm with you.
But that was all about this selfishness I'm talking about, because when people talk about it, they talk about it in, to me, the wrong context. Right. It's like a bad thing, like when you tell your kid, share with them, don't be selfish. You teaching them that early, and then that goes over into, that's not a coaster.
Oh, it's not?
No.
Oh, Lord, I thought it was a coaster.
Yeah, no.
Is that not the shape of a coaster though?
It is the shape of a coaster, but it's not a coaster. This is what, instead of doing my message to self, I got one called I Got This Shit. So I'm going to be reading that, but it's not a coaster. It looked like a coaster.
It did like a coaster. Don't try to, you ain't have to sham me in front of everybody.
I know, I was just like, I just wanted you to not do it. But,
it's okay.
But yeah, so the first of the year is just me coming to a Jesus moment.
No, it's okay. Everybody has those.
And want to be a better person and understanding why I went through what I went through and what was my role in it and how I can make sure that it does not happen again.
I had a moment like that too before then when I went to Disney, but it wasn't intentional. It was an unintentional, selfish disconnect because I didn't have signal while I was out there. I only had signal while I was at the ports, so I would spend days a week where I couldn't call mom, couldn't call girls, whatever, homeboys, friends, whatever. And then I just realized, man, you'll start realizing when you aren't reachable, who cares? Like, you'll realize who cares. Like
my phone ain't ring.
Like, my phone in 2017 before I left for Disney could easily ring 30 times a day.
Okay.
From 30 different people. Just, Rob, what's up? Hey, Rob, meet me here. Hey, Rob, let's go hang out. Hey, Rob, let's work on this. Hey, Rob, I got this idea. Like, hey, man, let's have a meeting. Hey, man, let's go to lunch. Hey, let's get together. Hey, I'm having a bar. Like, right. That 30 people went to about 8.
Yeah. Real fast.
So in the 2.5 years I was on the ship, I communicated out of the 30. I got more contacts. At my going away party, there was 120 people. But you're talking about 120 people at my going away party. I get away on the ship and I talk to about 8 people for 2 years.
Right.
That showed me a lot.
But that's why I say when people go, I like to say I don't have a lot of friends. I know a lot of people because everybody go, ooh, Stacey, you know everybody. Stacey is a networker, and all of that is actually true.
Correct.
But when you talk about friends or core people that you talk to on a regular basis, that number is so small. Like my phone, sometimes I have to look at it now. Like I saw somebody post and said, it said something about I had to check my phone and see if I was the one that was being cut off. You know what I'm saying? Like. You cutting people off like I don't need to really socialize or whatever. And not in a bad way, y'all. It's just, looking at what your core circle looks like. And then now you realize, your phone don't really ring. It's nobody really calling except the same people like your sister, you and I talk.
Man, listen, I couldn't believe like some of those days I was just out there to see and I get on the port. I was like, because, you got all your missed calls and your text messages like I would be in Orlando on Friday and Monday. Mm-hmm. And I get to port, my phone just,
You getting everything coming in.
Everything, emails coming in, texts coming in, notifications coming in.
Now you feel like I don't want to call all these.
Then I'm like, but no, it's just the notifications.
Oh.
The phone calls will still be low.
Oh, okay.
And the text message will still be low. I'm like, yo, all right, if I did, it was one of those 8. I was talking to the same 8 people for 2 years. I'm like, dang, these the only people that, like all the people I was rocking with before I left Atlanta, like these the only 8.
And that's why I don't feel bad about, like, when you have friends from your that you've been rocking with for 10 years and stuff, and then maybe you guys don't talk as much anymore. It don't mean I don't mess with you. It just means that, like, you're not one of those 8 people I talk on a regular basis. And I always like to say is when people are like, I haven't heard from you, and I'm like, well, let me look at my phone and see the last.
That part. They'll never think about them calling you.
Last text message or call I got from you. So
yes.
I understand people are busy. I understand that sometimes you have good intentions on contacting somebody, but you just don't get around to it.
Yeah.
So I'm not here to beat up nobody like I ain't heard from you.
Nah, never.
Because I don't know what's going on because I haven't called you. So you may be taking some time off to yourself. You may have had death in the family. You may be dealing with health problems. So don't call people and be like, well, I ain't heard from you.
I tell people all the time, never assume what's going on the other end of somebody's phone. Because you might call like, dang, why you ain't call me? Yeah. Well, actually, I just buried my daddy. Or actually, I just lost my house. You don't really know. But it just shows you how much we be connected, when we're just on a regular basis. Like that's what Disney showed me. Like I was so connected to just everybody. Like, the people like to talk about everything, life, relationships, finances, businesses, acting, theater, auditions, all those phone calls, and they just shrunk down. Yeah. And I came back, I was like, yo, man, like I had a lot of associates around me. Yeah. I didn't realize that. A lot. Cause me, I love, I'm my only child. So I tell people all the time, like friendships mean more to me than it means to a lot of other people. Like I know my friends love me, you know what I'm saying, but like they don't understand like I love differently probably than them because I don't have siblings. Well, on my mom's side I don't have siblings. My dad.
Right, yeah, that's me too. That's what I'm saying.
So, but so like it be meaning a lot more when I tell somebody like, yo man, you like my brother, you like my sister. I actually mean that shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like if they disappear, I'm like, yo, what's going on? Blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't talked to her in a while. I ain't talked to him in a while. Like, what's up? Hey bro, what's good? Right. You know what I'm saying? So then I just had to learn like I had to check myself in my. I guess it wasn't selfish. I said in myself I had to be like, everybody's not gonna think the way you think with that. So instead of me being like, damn dog, like I'm always the one reaching out to this person, I was just like, they got siblings, so they take stuff like this for granted. Yeah. I don't. And then Disney made me not take people for granted because I couldn't call people. I couldn't call Stacey. Like, I ain't talked to Stacey in a while. Calls. I could think about you and be like, well, I can't call her. Right. Till Friday. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Then Friday comes, then you got to call mom, you got to call the girlfriend, you got to call, bills,
By that time you burnt out.
Listen, I only had till 4 o'clock. Oh. We report at 8, at 7:30 in the morning. I get off the ship at 8. I got to go to Walmart. I got to get my toiletries and blah, blah, blah. Right. Got to call everybody. And then I'm taking a shuttle in Port Canaveral, Florida. So they got the windows down. So I'm on the phone like, what's up, Stacey?
You can't hear me. Right?
Yeah, you can hear me? What's going on in your back? Yeah, listen, this is all the time I got. What's up? Everything good? And then, and then people get tired of that. Then I go to Walmart. There's no signal in Walmart. So now I'm just standing outside the ship for my little hour and 20 minutes.
Walmart don't. I think it's universal.
It's on purpose.
Yes, it is on purpose.
It's on purpose, so you'll shop.
Because I ain't gonna get into all that, but I've heard what those buildings can be used for. But when you first walk in, if you on a call, you can guarantee by the time you get to the clothing section. That's the first part.
By the time you pass that first register, the express lane, it's a wrap.
Yes, and that's to me. I noticed that's in every Walmart, y'all. Going to Walmart, you cannot make a call.
They want you to focus. They don't want you to pay attention to what time it is. They want you to focus on shopping.
I've heard other things, but that's a whole other story.
You one of those? You one of those?
I am one of those. Yes,
I am. First thing, shout out. Can you turn to the side, please? Let's shout out Stacey's haircut. Let's make notion of this because we haven't paid. Look at this haircut.
Thank you.
I told her the short do was to do, and she wasn't trying to hear me out. She was trying to, I'm gonna grow it out. I'm like, Stacey, that short.
Well, I was having that moment that how women go through, and you want to grow your hair out, and you're like, I want to see what it looks like longer. And then I did that. Yeah. Then I kind of cut the side off, and then I knew I was coming back to this because this is my look.
That's funny. I'm going through it right now. I don't know if I want to cut this off and keep this because I'm doing a photo shoot on January 31st. I just did a photo shoot with 2 tuxedos. The picture's gonna be fine. Oh, okay. But I had the beard, so I was like, I'm doing a second photo shoot. What if I cut it off? But I don't know what my look is, so I'm gonna do a post tomorrow.
How long does it take to grow back? Because I like your beard.
It takes a month to grow back. It takes about a month. I mean, I can cut it off
in a month. Like for anything you're doing.
Nah. Most of the auditions I have when I do book stuff, they usually make me cut it off. That's why I won't. If I could do it the way I wanted to, I would just grow it out a little thicker. Okay. But I'm less married to.
Not real like.
No, not like James Harden, but just like a little Todd that's married to Candy. Just a little box, something like that. But I I feel like if I grew it big, I'd be more married to it. See, this I'm not married to.
Okay.
But if it got big and I start
Because you
treating
feel
it,
like, yeah, you
I'm treating it, I'm
boiling
combing it, I'm
it
shampooing.
and
Then they're
blow
like, yeah,
drying
hey,
it.
sir, you mind cutting your beard off for this
Deep,
roll?
he gonna deep condition it. You
Right.
You
Over.
invest into it like
Yeah.
you like
Yeah,
you do
yeah,
our
yeah.
hair.
So I keep it like this. So if I cut it off, it's like, I wasn't that big of a deal.
Yeah.
So just compare this picture, what you see right now, and then that picture. So
Okay.
that's me with no beard. See, it's the same dude.
Yeah, but I'm feeling the beard. What y'all think?
I'm gonna do a post tomorrow. I'm gonna do a post.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a
Beard,
beard, no beard.
What's this called right here?
That's goatee.
Goatee and
That's it.
a beard. I'm all beard.
I'm gonna do it side by side tomorrow. I'm like, y'all go to my page and y'all tell me which one. Cause I should do the photo shoot with it at the end of the month. Mind you, I just did a photo shoot with the beard. So
Okay.
go ahead with that.
Okay, real quick too. Here's one of the things that, and you know, I'll be having my notes and stuff because I like to talk on purpose. So, what being selfish has taught me how to pick quality over quantity.
Ooh, that is
Right?
important. That's always important.
Because when you running and ripping and all that kind of stuff, sometimes you make poor choices because
Right.
your mind is not slowed down enough for you to really think it through. And that's in relationships. That's maybe if you grocery shopping.
Right.
Everything applies to some capacity in your whole entire life. So now, you know, when it comes to doing certain things, I really put a little bit more thought into it. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying?
Enlighten
And
me.
so, okay, so quality. Let's use this.
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't. I thought it was off. Okay, guys. So anyway, I'm saying when it comes down to relationships, I just say that, or
All right, I'm with that.
getting to know somebody.
Okay.
I'm not in a relationship now. I just got out of one, and
Right.
so this selfish
been a while.
time, yeah.
I can let you say just got. It's been a while.
Oh, I say just got.
It's been a year.
Oh, it is.
It's been a year, Stacey. This is you in prime time. You can go.
Oh,
You can do what you got to do.
well, what I'm saying is, a year ago. You know what I mean? You know, you coming out of a relationship, I needed to understand that relationship. I need closure. I needed to understand my role in it.
That's it.
What you know, why did I allow certain stuff?
Yes.
Because women, y'all can't keep saying stuff like, I didn't know. Oh my God. It's like, it was a sign. Something was said, something was done. Eventually, where it became a pattern. See, I can forgive you. I can't forgive the patterns. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So as I started to learn that process, and then like now, when I say quality, it's a bunch of men out here. Just like it's a bunch of women now, regardless if we want to think they gay, they this and that. It's men out here, ladies.
Yes, it is.
I'm saying is that instead of me being maybe I'm single now, you know what I'm saying, I'm open to meeting people, and then I'm just talking to, I mean, I have to date people to get to know people, but I'm just not into talking to 20 men in a week. You know what I mean? Or however you meeting them. I just choose not to do that. So now my idea of dating is to collect data, okay? And I'm listening intently. Because if this is something that we just friends, but you can hear a lot in a person's conversation. We don't listen.
Fair.
You listen for what you want, not what you need.
Correct.
So I'm saying I just now would make different choices and not be fast or hasty to anything because I would rather have quality over quantity because there's a lot out here.
I like that. Those are good points. I like what you said about the breakup where you had to evaluate yourself. So this is the key part where I tell people after breakups because everybody assumes like they need some type of closure, they need one last conversation.
I don't know why.
And you don't because all that does is make it worse.
Yeah.
Now sometimes you want to meet with somebody, but let's just be realistic. On average, that last talk is a plea. It's a plea to try again. I'm not saying a plea like as if you're begging or, but most time when you go talk to an ex, it's a plea like, hey man, this is my plea for us to try it one more time. And that plea is actually very hard if y'all didn't break up with something dramatic.
Okay.
You know how people just like, you know what, man, Stacey, I don't think it's us.
Yeah.
That one is the hard one. It ain't the one where a fight happened, somebody got caught cheating,
Are you fed?
somebody got with some bad money problems or drug problem, whatever. Those things that sticks in your brain.
Yeah.
I can't be with them because they cheated. I can't be with them because they was abusive.
Right.
But the person that just be like, you know what, man, this ain't for me. Then you want to talk because now you want, well, why? Why is it me?
Yeah. Once you tell me.
That's it. That's all you need. That's the answer. That is your answer. The second somebody tell you, you know what, man, I don't think this is working. That's all you need.
Yeah.
You'll need nothing else.
Right.
you know,
they said it the first time.
and now you're making them a bad person in your mind. Now
Right.
now
They
you're making
said
them a
it the
monster.
first time when they said, "Hey, I don't want to do this anymore" or whatever. I'm not saying you don't have the right to say, "Well, I would like to know why."
Right.
If they say, "Well, because I'm growing," this whatever the case may be, and then you like, "But I don't understand, why you growing and I'm not." And it's like, "Hey, I heard you.
Yep.
You don't want to do this anymore in all relationships."
And I like that energy
I
you
thought you
gave.
pointed at me like
no,
I did.
no, I like the energy you gave when you like, well, why? Because that's what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Because, and this is male and female. I'm not putting this on one side.
Right.
I've seen it done both ways.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like when a guy tells a girl like, hey, I don't really, I'm not digging this no more. Well, why? I just don't understand. You need to tell me this. He just told you.
Yes.
Same thing with guys when the girl be like, hey man, I'm not really feeling this no more. Well, no, you ain't never breaking up. And dudes, believe it or not, dudes that don't want to break up are worse than girls that don't want to break up.
Really?
Oh, dudes will pull up on you. Dudes will blow that phone up, get them DMs, write crazy stuff on your page. Dudes that want to be with a girl that wants. Dudes hate being broken up with more than girls do. Don't let nobody fool you when they love you.
Yeah,
not these heathens that be trying to hold on to you, move on with 15 other girls, and then come back and reel you back.
Confused.
Yeah, but the dude that actually just love you and want to be with you, and then you break up with him, listen, block him.
Yeah.
Block him.
That's
block
a
the
problem.
number.
That's a problem.
Block that social media because he coming through.
Yeah.
And he can't wait to see you in public with your new boo.
Oh.
He gonna walk up.
Is he?
What?
Oh, I'm glad I don't have those problems.
Oh, dude, man, listen, you got him. You just don't know who it was. You might have moved to another town.
Oh.
Cause you live far. Ain't nobody probably from far away.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you dated a dude in McDonough.
I'm just glad I don't really meet
pop up.
crazy people like that, or I don't know that they're crazy. We all got a crazy.
You know what's crazy though?
What's crazy?
It's not always crazy. Sometimes that dude just sees you out, like, hey Stacy, it's been a while. That's not crazy.
No, I'm talking about the guy running up on you.
Oh yeah, dude popping up at your house.
Popping up and I'm talking about that guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no.
I've heard some dudes that do the pop ups, and I've had girls pop up on me.
Well, I do know women that pop up.
Yeah, but I heard that it's normal. I talked to my homegirls. They're like, oh, that's normal. Girls do that.
Yeah, I just think it's a lot of self infliction.
Yeah.
Unnecessary. You know what I mean? Intuition, I get it. We don't trust it. Figure it out. See what it is. Make your move. Say what you got to say, and keep it pushing.
That's it.
If you're going to work it out, and that's what you two decide together, and you're going to work it out, then I say, hey, do it. But I'm saying, same patterns and behaviors, or someone just telling me straight out they don't want to be with me, it's good enough for me. I don't need to want to know why, because sometimes you have narcissists that want you to go, why? And then now they're going to play that back and forth game with you to have you going, no, it is not like that because of this.
And they get to dangle you. They get to dangle you with, what, let's just be friends.
Yes, and listen, that's why.
Stop that.
Just stop it, because
it's not possible.
It's stupid.
Not in the beginning. Later, yeah, way down.
Later what?
Like, you can do it later, be friends, but like that right after the breakup, let's just stop. Let's just be friends. That's just another synonym for let's break up.
Okay.
That's all that is. Like how you gonna be like you've been sleeping with somebody for a year, months, whatever, even if it's weeks, and now you don't that part don't work for me. But let's build a friendship. So what we gonna do? Go to games together?
Right.
We gonna go to the mall and hang out?
Because now we're just doing like the relationship stuff again.
We doing relationship stuff with subtracting the sex.
And not
might get drunk enough to do it again. So it can happen. So
yeah. Don't do it, guys.
Don't do it. It's not possible. I've tried it. It doesn't work.
I want to run through these real quick because I like to have research that goes with it.
Uh-oh.
So when you're selfish, it will train you to it will train your perception powers. We talk about perception and how people think one thing and it's not even what they thought and stuff like that. So it makes you a little bit more open-minded to know that, hey, this person may see this. Have you saw the picture where it looks like from the side, it looks like it's the woman's boob, but it's actually her arm and her child's foot or something like that. So when we think about how we think, what we've grown up around, I might be thinking one thing that you're not thinking, but when you open up your mind, because it's not so chaotic and rushed, you have the opportunity to be like, okay, maybe this ain't, what it looks like. And even better, ask. You know what I mean? And if they say something that's still, a little different than what you expect, just respect it. You know what I mean? So it helps you do that. And then it makes you healthier. Being selfish makes you healthier from the self-care, from cleansing of your mind, from taking time out to yourself, from meditating. It helps you healthier because think about when you let go some toxic people or situations and stuff, you feel lighter, you feel easier, you feel like you're detoxing.
Yeah, and I tell people when they're releasing toxic people, sometimes you're also releasing toxic thoughts,
Ooh.
not just people, the
Yeah.
stuff in your brain. Because this is the first person you look at every day is you.
Yes.
So you get in that mirror and you think about your day. Like I had a toxic day yesterday. I was really toxic to myself. Just thinking about stuff I want to do. I had another show. I had a show I was supposed to do during the inauguration.
Mm-hmm.
Paid nice.
Uh-huh.
And I was just like, man, it's another lost show. I'm tired of this. Like and then once it took me to say that one time for the rest of my day to snowball.
I'm telling you.
Into the end, I'm like, man, I'm just tired of all these canceled shows, bro. Oh my god, I need this. I just, you start thinking, and then just before I knew it, it just turned to an avalanche.
That's exactly how it is. That's why sometimes you catch yourself, and I'll be like, oh, look, universe, and I pull it back.
Yeah.
Because that one moment can dictate the way the rest of your day is gonna go, and I'm telling you, it ain't worth it.
And the key to making that worse,
what?
Is having this in your hand.
Oh my god.
Man, you have a bad day or a low day, and you get on this thing right here, and you get to scrolling, and one of your homies or even a celebrity just doing anything in the same realm of you, your snowball just got bigger.
Yeah.
So those days when you're low, I tell people disconnect, get off the phone, cut the TV off, meditate, listen to some music, man, clean up, chill, go to the gym,
do things
try
that
something different.
do things that make you feel good. Because that social media sometimes won't, unless you just go straight to a page like Pettyish. Oh my God, that makes my day. But
Right.
you're right. If you get on social media and now you seeing you want to be in a relationship, now you seeing all the I do's and I said yes, and relationship goals, it's going to psychologically mess with you. So don't do that. It will improve your self-worth.
I like that.
It will. Because, man, my confidence is on a trillion. Like, when people think that you're really confident, you hear some of the influencers, business people that you feel have all the confidence in the world. Like, ooh, look how they handle themselves. And then you find out that maybe they aren't as confident as you thought they were. So that's why when I go about people loving themselves, they go, I love myself. Yeah, you might love yourself to make sure your hair done, nail done, everything did. But I'm talking about that integral, inner love where you don't take disrespect, but I don't give it. You know what I'm saying? I don't do certain things because I don't want that given back to me. So I'm aware of myself. So once you start getting more confident in your choices, confident in your, if you getting your body together, if you getting your mind together, you start feeling better. And I'm telling you, confidence is so sexy and confidence is so beneficial because you'll start doing things that you thought you couldn't do.
Fair.
You know what I mean?
Fair.
You I didn't think I could audition for the main character in this Marvel comics. But now the way you're building yourself up, you like, hell yeah, I can do this. Let me go in. And if I don't get it, I'm gonna put it out there and I'm gonna let the universe do what it do. And if I don't get it, I'm okay with it. I'm a little disappointed. However, the way I've been working on my mind lets me know something else is coming.
I believe it.
Something else is
coming. If God can send that, and that's the funny thing about people, man. When we get in our low moments, we be like, man, dog, I remember God had did this time last year, and this time I'm like, the same God that did you like that last year is gonna do that this year. I tell myself that all the time. I'm not attacking anybody. I'm just like, that be my thought. I go to, I'm like, man, I've been in a spot like this before. God can get me through this. Okay, I lost that show, but God sent me another one. I just kind of get caught up in just being repetitive to myself because we all get caught up in life.
Yeah. So
yep.
I'm gonna give y'all a couple of things that I've done and that I think is helpful. Just tips and say. So some of those things is silence that inner critic. We are the hardest people on ourselves. My fat self, my dumb self, and I ain't gonna do this. You start with you first. This is what the selfishness AF is about, is taking this time and working on you. Forget what John and Jim and Kathy and all them doing because everybody's going through their own thing. So like I want to get myself together and then do this, share it because I like being around nice people. I like vibrating on the same frequency as some people. You know what I'm saying? That's why your circle starts to change and people start thinking you acting funny because I vibrate with him. I don't vibrate like that no more.
Right.
So you got to silence your inner critic so that you can be complete and whole with yourself and then make better choices.
I like that.
Make peace with your past. The past trauma is so real and so detrimental to us as we are now, and because a lot of us cover it up with drugs, women, men, jobs, success, whatever it is, because we don't want to deal with it because it's like I came from here, but now I got all these other things to put the Band-Aid on it. So you got to make peace with your past because that's how you prepare for the future. It's being able to know that my past is not my future, because you still be holding on to remnants of the past and bringing it into your present when it don't belong there. So you got to make peace with it.
Yeah, man. I try to exercise this past New Year where I wrote things that bothered me from the past on a piece of paper and burned it.
I did. I burned it for New Year's too.
Yep, and then burned things I wanted to receive and burned things I wanted to get rid of. I just burned all of it. Like let's just burn it.
Yep.
And it helped, man. Even with some years ago, I wrote a letter to my ex-wife and just burned it.
Yeah.
I like this is things I want to say. I'm done with it. This is my forgiveness letter to her. Whether I don't have to tell it to her.
Yeah.
This is me for myself. Like I forgive you for our terrible marriage. I don't need the details of that, but I wrote it, 2 pages, and burned it.
And psychologically, that burning helps. It's like a manifestation of I'm getting rid of it, and the burning symbolizes that. So I'm saying that helps too. Recover your lost power. We lose our power so many times, and most of the time through people. We give people our power.
Let people shrink us down.
Yeah, and then what they say becomes, especially if it's somebody you look up to or admire, then it becomes a little more close to the heart, and you take it personal. So, we ain't doing that. 2021, come on now. There's too many life coaches out here. There's too many past trauma sessions. It's too much of what we talking about out here. We ain't the first ones talking about it. We just keep pumping the information because...
Do the right thing.
Do the right thing for yourself first. Accept life imperfections. Like Rod said yesterday, he had a day. I had a day. So it's like, hey, it is what it is. Right. We know that it's going to low valleys, high valleys, they're going to come. Right. So it's just like, try to get comfortable with knowing that they will come. And when they come, they won't hit so bad.
That part.
Yep. Ignore harsh judgments. Harsh judgments. That's hard to do, right?
It's hard to do, especially depending on what industry you're in.
It's hard to do. But again,
you got to.
I'm telling you, when you doing that inner work, where now I am at the place that somebody could say something that make me kind of be like ponder for a minute, like, is this something I need to address or whatever? But then I just start talking to myself: is it true? Is it relevant? Is it important? Right. And I try to go through those steps. And when I kind of start eliminating, now I'm like, you know what?
I'll tell you a little thing. I try with stuff like that. Will it matter in 6 days?
Why 6?
Just 6. It's like almost another week goes by. Like
well, so why not 7?
I mean, but by the end of this week, will this matter again? You know what I'm saying? So I mean, 7. Now you're starting. You're giving whatever bothered you an anniversary.
Okay.
So like, will this matter 6 days from right now? Is it so important that I need to fight for this right now? Because it might matter 6 days from now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like if it doesn't hurt your household, if it ain't taking food out your mouth, if it's not, you know what I'm saying? Feelings are feelings. I get it, but I would not let anything ever again in my life get me to the point that I feel like I'm depressed. I can't work. I can't move. And that's a relationship. My kids, my grandkids, whatever.
Yeah.
I can't allow anybody to come into your space and hurt you, or you allow them, because I like to always use the word, we allow what we get. We allow. If a man hits a woman, right? She didn't ask for it. It's not her fault. I'm not saying that. I'm saying when we continue
to
go back or be in it, I know that sometimes some situations aren't as easy where it's kids involved, the woman has nowhere to go. I understand it. I have had friends in those situations. But what I'm saying is that that's where we have to muster or be surrounded around people that are a support system, to not judge, but to really be of a helpmate to you to be able to get out of that. Because the more you keep going back, especially when you do it voluntarily, not you in and you can't get out of it, but you got out of it and you like, I'm addicted to going back.
I miss him.
Yeah, so that's what I'm speaking of.
Yeah, we heard about the domestic violence spiked upwards during the corona and the quarantine and all of those things. And then also, man, like, nobody needs to touch nobody.
Yeah.
I think that's another topic nobody touches on. It's a lot.
We should do that. Don't touch me.
Don't touch me. You know what I'm saying? Like, because there's a lot of women that slap their guys. I ain't saying that it gets the guy right, because and 9 times out of 10,
but she shouldn't be slapping on him.
She shouldn't be slapping on him.
She shouldn't be slapping on him.
So nobody should be slapped, because it happens. I've been smacked before.
Have you?
Oh yeah, in college. She's my college.
What you do? Shake her?
No, I muffled her arms next to her.
Yeah.
Cause she went haymaker on my ass. Hey.
Yeah, men are good for shaking.
Nah, just like, hey, calm down, calm down. And he's like, I can't believe you hit me. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm bleeding.
Yeah.
You hit me.
Yeah.
Then you blacked out on the
But now when you call the police, I'm hearing that they'll arrest a woman now.
Now, but not now.
Yeah, I know
back in
they
the day.
weren't.
Girls was good for that. Ah, he hit me, come pick him up, and she be like kick the dude all in the face, tooth be knocked out and everything.
Yeah, ladies, don't put your hand on.
Don't touch me.
And men, you know better, okay? Your power.
No.
No.
You know better.
So yeah, guys, we just want to jump on and just talk about how it is good to be selfish AF. You know what I'm saying? Because it really helps everybody, and that was the topic, that it helps everybody. And when I say that, it just, when you feel good, when people come over your house, you like, you want something to eat?
Yeah.
Come on, let's have a drink and stuff. People are in a good mood.
So
your good mood radiates to everybody else, and now, you know what I'm saying, you creating that synergy with people. So I mean, being selfish is okay, and we grown on here to know what kind of selfish that we're talking about.
Amen.
So yeah, so
amen.
I got some new things here that he thought was a coaster.
I did think it was a coaster.
These are, I can't
like
think of the young ladies' names, but it's called Girlfriend in a Box, right? But it applies to
women.
Yeah, well, it does apply.
It's Girlfriend in the Box. I mean,
it is Girlfriend in the Box, but
don't try to clean it up.
But what I'm saying is some stuff that you guys can resonate, like this. So, stop and listen to your inner conscious self advising you. That's God talking to you. You will inherently know what to do. That's unisex, right?
Okay.
So what we talking about, that inner, your inner self,
voice.
but then that inner voice. When you do certain things, you know when you ain't supposed to be doing it. You be like, you ain't supposed to have that another drink. You know you ain't supposed to be messing with that girl or that guy. You know you not supposed to be doing it, but you do it anyway.
Don't respond to that DM. Just let it go.
Yeah, just let it go.
It happens.
Just, is this gonna be beneficial, or is it gonna cause more problems?
Or is it gonna ruin your life in the next 6 days?
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Hey, you wanna hang out? You want some ice cream?
No.
No.
Or those, what about the memes with the black girl and the black guy?
What it be?
The ones where they be like, she'll say something, he say something, they change it from the cat and the lady or whatever and stuff like that. So he'd be like, what you doing? It's like waiting on that stimulus check, stuff like that. Don't answer. But guys, thank you for rocking with us again, and be sure to subscribe to our channel, Live 365 Radio ATL. We're here every Thursday, 7:30 p.m. Join us. Join the conversation and let us know how you are being selfish with yourself. Forget what they talk about. Be selfish. And we'll see you guys next week.
Like, comment, subscribe, share. Live 365 Radio ATL on YouTube. Just do it. Just hit the button. Bam.
Bam.